Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Die Party Yonder, a weekly Numenera adventure game with me and my friends. We're on week number 11, I want to say. Let's go around and introduce everyone who will be playing today. First up, we have Miss Pian. What up? How you doing? How's your week been?
Hi guys. My week's been pretty good. I haven't done much, but you know, it's been pretty good.
Oh yeah. Did you watch any E3?
I did a little bit actually.
All right. I'm gonna do this for everyone. Game of E3 for you.
Oh, I can't. I didn't look at
You just said you watched some, so you gotta have a game.
Some.
Yeah, you were like, oh man, that Mario hat was sure.
She
was
watched the
fun.
hardware part. Just say you watched the hardware part, and then you can't say game.
Then you say Microsoft.
That Xbox One X though.
Damn. Oh my god.
Can't believe it.
Can you believe that they put an X at the front and the back?
I heard it's got 12 gigabytes of RAM.
What's
Is
a
it-
RAM?
Is it 4K immersive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well be like Xbox 420 No Scope X.
You know,
They're naming their shit after 13-year-old gamer tags.
it's kind of funny because like everyone they keep harping on about that shit, but then they don't realize that it's exactly like fucking like VR in the fact that their customers are going to have to buy a 4K television to experience it. Like,
Yep.
It's dumb. Anyway, since you didn't
Also,
watch any,
it like 4K doesn't make this fictional cartoonish man running through this fantasy forest any nicer.
well, it looks nicer. As someone who owns 4K stuff, it does look nicer. Anyway, speaking about looking nicer, let's go on over to Taksha Thomas. What up, sir?
Hey.
You watched E3, right?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
That's your game of the week.
Man. Which was the good pirate one?
That
Sea
was-
of Thieves or
I like
The
both
other
of
one.
them. I'm looking forward to both of them. But which
Yeah,
one?
'cause-
One is like, yo, hang out with your
I know
friends.
one of them showed like no gameplay at all.
Yeah, I was there for that. That was dumb and stupid.
Both of them actually showed gameplay, just over different conferences. So
I don't know if it was Ubisoft's or one of the pirate games looks pretty cool. The Mario game does look pretty cool.
No,
I'm
it
actually kind of
doesn't.
excited about a
No, it
Switch.
doesn't.
I think it does. I want to throw my hat and possess a dinosaur.
Yeah, but
You can be the dinosaur.
to what end? Can you fuck another
You're a
dinosaur?
dinosaur. Who cares?
Can you fuck a dinosaur and give another dinosaur a mustache, like a baby
Maybe.
dinosaur?
I don't know.
Here's Dave over here being like philosophical about doing stuff in video games. Yeah, but why?
I don't know.
do
I just know you can
stuff?
take off your hat and you throw it, and then you become the thing that you hit, and that sounds awesome. Oh yeah, Grinch. That's
It also has
and
two
and that was kind
player.
of cool too. Yeah.
It also has 2-player, and player 2 controls the hat.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm not even joking.
I hate video games.
Video games were a mistake.
I'm out. That's it. I'm done. Thanks, Nintendo.
Pulling the plug. We're out.
Time to kill myself.
Good thing that we don't do video
Hats
games.
off to
Um,
you, Nintendo.
Beyond Good and Evil 2
Yeah,
looks pretty good
damn it.
too.
Yeah, but it's always gonna look good.
Mhm.
It's always gonna
One
look
face
good.
palm.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
There's a new Call of Cthulhu game. There's a bunch of other shit, but wow. I'm excited for Monster Hunter World. I want to play that. I want to play that on the PC. You kidding me? Hell yeah. There's another Superstar Saga. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. There's more games that got released. I need to look into that a little more. But yeah, Mr. Doc. Oh, what else you been doing? Sorry. Anything good?
The usual stuff. Got the bunch of role playing games, work, IRL things and such. But yeah, doing pretty
Murder,
good.
Pillage.
You know, yeah, those. All encompassing.
Nice. All right, Mr. Doc Gosh, what up, sir? How you doing? What was your game of the E3? Since you saw a little bit with me, I know you did. So.
literally only watched the Nintendo thing. Oh, I saw the what was it Devolver Digital? I saw their little show that they did, but that wasn't technically E3.
That didn't have games. Don't lie to me. I saw it
It
too.
did. It did. It had a couple of their games played in the background, and they just didn't really.
Yeah, I
bother
know.
telling us about.
They're really old games that everyone already knows about. So
Yeah.
And they're all
Uh,
great because Devolver Digital shit's gold.
I mean,
I wouldn't.
They've
wouldn't.
done pretty good so far. No, I didn't really watch E3, except for the Nintendo thing, and I wasn't particularly impressed by anything there. I mean, the Pokken tournament was pretty cool, I guess. So that would have to be my favorite game of E3 this year.
All right, Pokemon tournament.
It sounds terrible because I don't really care that much about it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably will never play it.
So it was a good E3 for you then.
Yeah, good E3.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It was great.
Speaking about someone who could probably give me an answer that I'm seeking, Mr. Brian, aka Sputnik. What up, sir? Spoot me an answer, sir.
Oh, I got a good one that I'm super excited for, even though I already knew it was coming out. Ni no Kuni 2.
Really, motherfucker?
Yes.
All right, that's interesting.
Ni no Kuni was one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 3. Getting aroused by Ni no Kuni 2. In addition to the whole
Isn't that
sort
about
of,
like a 9-year-old boy? Is he older
But
now?
listen, instead of so I think they're still gonna have like the sort of like collecting the monsters thing to fight for you, a la Pokemon. But they're adding like world building to it, so there's gonna be even more shit to do.
My God.
But and sadly, I don't think Studio Ghibli is involved in this one like they were in the first one. But it still looks fucking good. The chat's asking, what the fuck is Ni no Kuni? Play that game. Dust off your PS3 and play Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. It's amazing.
It's like 6 hours of tutorial.
Yep.
Well, that's every
it just
JRPG,
never-
though.
It just never stops giving you hints the whole way through the game.
You can turn that shit off, though.
No. Anything but hints.
You
No,
can
I
turn
mean,
all
like,
that off.
press R2 to rotate the camera when you've been playing the game for 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what if I haven't rotated the camera
Oh,
yet?
I remember that in Crackdown. Like I was like on my way to like the final boss, and it was like, to jump, press A. Like what? What?
Maybe,
I've been jumping the entire game.
But fucking Crackdown's so fucking meta that probably was intentional.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
But yeah, Ni no Kuni 2, and then what was it like last night or late? What the fuck is it called?
Oh,
The
last
Last
night.
Night.
The
Last
night.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks pretty intriguing as well. But I've got a soft spot for Ni no Kuni because like hardly anybody played it on PS3. I never thought I'd see anything like it again, and it's coming back, so I'm happy.
Nice. All right. Let's hear it from Mr. Party Pooper. What up, sir? How you doing? The Game Master. Talk to records.
E3 was a crushing disappointment.
Exactly. Here we go.
Literally nothing
Oh.
good was announced.
Have you guys heard about Skyrim?
All of the best things that'll come out next year were not mentioned at E3, and everything mentioned at E3 will be bad and terrible and a disappointment, including Mario.
Especially
Which was your
Mario.
favorite?
But which one was my favorite?
What was your,
That was
what
what
was
the
your
question
favorite
was.
crushing disappointment? Yeah.
My favorite crushing disappointment was when I was watching it with Dave on the air, and they were like, here's this pirate game. And they said nothing. And they didn't extrapolate on it at all. They didn't say what you could do or what it was about or anything.
I
They showed-
love that, you know, as someone who didn't watch the other ones, you're just like, fuck this game. But in the other one, they literally went into an excruciating detail as to what you
Good
could
for
do in
them.
that
Good
game.
for fucking them. Good for fucking them. I don't care. The fact, like, don't put it in a thing. It didn't belong there. If they weren't gonna even have an elevator pitch, they didn't even have like a 2-sentence elevator pitch. Like, it's a pirate game and it focuses on your crew and sea shanties. Like, boom, that's all they had to say. They said nothing.
That's the entire thing about E3 2017. They literally didn't have any presentators coming out and being like, "Hey, check out my dingus," except for like maybe like EA, but no one likes EA anyway. So
Like, you either do an elevator pitch or there's no purpose to what you've just done.
no, there's plenty of purpose.
Maybe on a macroeconomic business level, but not to me.
E3 is a macroeconomic business event. It's never been about
It's not like a consumer thing.
This is the first year they've ever allowed normal people into the event. Like literally 100%. This is the first year. So that's the difference. Anyways, guys, I believe that's it. Woo.
All right, so here's the thing, guys. At the end of Vampire the Masquerade, for those of you who tuned in, you might have noticed that I started having a bit of a stomach bug, and I still do.
Crushing disappointment.
I can make no promises about the longevity of this episode. If something should interrupt it in a biological fashion, then we may have to call it.
It's okay. It'll be over soon. Just see the light at the end of the tunnel.
You work on that one.
That was close. That was close.
Honestly, I think that's about as much as him getting there as he possibly is. I mean, like, it works. Oh, goddamn stomach. All right. So we're on the fucking sun.
Hey, I'm walking here, said the sun.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Turns out my god is actually an angry.
I'm having a coronal mass ejection here.
Hell yeah.
You guys find yourselves in a sort of black onyx chamber. It is much larger than the chamber that you entered the vortex in the Temple of the Vortex. You know, the Narthex. You remember all that? That happened a while ago. So you entered into a vortex, and now you're on the other side of that vortex. Remember, after putting on those fancy spacesuits?
Yes.
Yeah, so you've got super armor against heat, and also it gives you each 4 armor, you know, if a fight should happen, which I can't imagine.
All right, let's get out there and punch that sun, boys.
So you're in a much larger onyx room. The features and panels of the room are noticeably similar to the armor that you have acquired. It has a similar look, a similar sheen, though the surfaces here are notably much more worn and even dry. Might be a good description, with sort of cracked and dull surfaces. As we left off last time, an explosion rocked the room that you were in, and moments later is followed by another. Imagine like an 80s submarine movie, and the submarine is sinking, and there's all those sounds of like creaking metal, and then, you know, like depth charges going off in the ocean somewhere.
So
those are the sounds.
we landed on the sun, and it's crushing us. Okay.
Right.
So
there are slits along the walls through which you learn that you are on the sun. I mean, besides just the person who told you that you were going to the sun.
Okay, bye.
Wait, we're actually on the sun? I thought we were orbiting the sun.
You are on the sun. Through the slits in the wall, basically there is, on the right side, the fiery fusion of the sun's inner core, and on the left side you can see out through the sun's corona into space.
Are there like structures or anything? Like,
Are people walking around enjoying the day?
From this particular room, you can see that this structure, you can see other parts of this structure. In particular, you get a sense that at least out to the left and right, there are large sort of curving perhaps hallways, but maybe just some sort of support system. But it has there's at least a ring is basically what I'm saying here, because you can see it out of these side windows, and you feel perfectly comfortable in your new sort of hydroponically sealed, hermetically. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for, not hydroponically.
Grow some weed on the sun.
Yeah, man.
Sunweed.
Brings a whole new meaning to the term "blaze it."
Damn.
420 blaze it. It's always day.
Xbox 420 Blaze at X.
If you lived in the sun, you would be 0 years of age.
Oh, that's deep as shit, Jaden Smith.
This is physically hurting me. Just so
Yeah.
you know.
The Jaden
Right.
Smith thing hurt me a lot.
Well, you deserved it. So you
All
can
right.
see in front of you that there are 3 exits to this room. One directly across from the vortex on the far side, and one to the left and right, respectively, where the windows end.
Where did the explosions come from?
The whole place shakes. You
I
have no
believe
idea.
it would be the sun burning. I'm sure it's not very stable. I'm assuming this is normal.
I mean, you were told when last we played that the sun was dying,
right.
Right.
or in some way in danger, going to be destroyed by something, perhaps.
Realize we should have asked.
In
what
7 billion
we were
years,
looking
the
for?
sun will die. Save it.
Just stay up there for another 7 billion years.
Actually,
be
all
good.
it needs is a small amount of fuel, roughly 5 bodies, human size.
Yeah.
Well, I brought some with me.
Ah, crap! I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh shit.
So
Oh shit, indeed.
yeah. So I guess we can talk amongst ourselves.
I mean, we
Um,
could.
Are there? So I can't remember. Are there other people with us? Like, did anyone?
I don't
come-
think so. I think it's just
No.
us.
I remember the little kid came down, and I think we just stepped through the portal alone. I can imagine
Okay.
anybody else that stepped through would have probably.
So we
been
rescued him, and they were
vaporized.
like, "Bye." I don't remember anything more than that. It's been a couple.
Well, they made
of-
us like hop in the goop or whatever that gave us the
Yeah.
special.
Oh, that's
armor,
right. The kid was like, "Okay, guys, I'm actually
Yeah,
an
because like
alien."
the kid
And
isn't
then we're
actually
like,
a kid.
and we're
The kid's
like,
a magic illusion person.
"You don't fucking say."
Something like that.
So we basically just have no idea what the fuck to do.
Kinda,
Yeah.
yeah.
Someone probably should have asked some questions. But
Probably.
I think we can probably figure this out.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping there'd be like, oh no, look it, that person is pushing the kill the sun button. We have to stop them.
He's,
Well, I
he's
didn't know if,
just-
like, if we
his
came through
hands
the
like
portal,
doing this,
there's, like-
like just shaking in front of the button.
Oh,
It's-
I'm gonna push it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Tell me something's nice about me, and I'll stop.
Compliment me.
You
Yeah, I
have
didn't- I
nice
just
hair. I know. Don't tell me something I already
So-
know.
Stop patronizing me.
Your inner beauty is brighter than the sun.
See, that's the
was
shit I
no.
like. Keep that shit up. What else you got?
You've got a nice tight booty.
Fucking
Um,
thank you. Finally.
I won't
So
kill the
basi-
sun now.
Like I was hoping
God
that like
damn it.
we would get there and there would be like magic sun people or something, but
Yeah, that'd be like dying. Pfft, nah, we're just mining this bitch for resources.
Where do
It
you
can't,
think
it
candles
can't
come
die.
from?
It's not alive.
You
We're turning
guys
this
are,
place into our new
you guys
theme
are
park.
talking like this thing supports life on billions of planets.
Nah. That'd be a really big solar system.
Yeah, there's only like
What
you know,
about it?
there's only like
So-
9 planets here that this thing will kill. So you know, it's actually the smallest solar system in the entire universe.
Yeah.
So we're actually
Well,
doing
so-
you guys a favor.
In
by
the
killing
grand
it.
scheme of things, no one's really gonna notice.
Right. Well, and plus, like, if we're like what 9 million years in the future or whatever, that's what we are, right?
And we're in 20XX.
Yeah,
20XX.
it's like 9 ages into the future.
Right.
It could be like 9 days from now. You don't know that.
I wonder what stage of life the sun is in. You know what I mean?
Yawning.
Maybe this is just gonna happen.
Maybe we do need to throw
Well,
like a
it's-
combustible source of energy onto this thing.
It's
entirely
probably
possible the sun has already died, and this is a synthetic sun that was created to replace our original sun.
Oh my
It's
god.
probably because of that asshole Superman throwing those nukes into it way back when.
And
Darn it,
fucking everything else.
Superman.
Sorry.
Yeesh.
Sorry for saving your world, God.
Ah, Superman.
Sorry for saving the Daily Planet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, thanks for saving print media.
That
You
shit
would've
is
needed
fake
that.
news
Thanks for saving
in the truest sense of the word. It doesn't even exist.
Tux. Tux.
What stupidity did I miss?
We're talking about how
Um,
Superman is the cause of all the sun's problems because he kept throwing nukes into it. But
Yeah.
how you feeling, Wreckage?
The Daily Planet is fake news.
Let's keep trying here. Let's see
Hell
how this
yeah.
goes. If we get too many more interruptions, I'll just curl up into a ball and cry, and we'll stop the stream.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So,
I mean,
as
we
you
could
learned-
stream that.
as we learned last time, at least if you believe Shomei, the sun is somehow in danger. You have okay. So I said this last time as well. Because you are blind, and also a sun worshiper, and you experience the world through very unique means. You have a very meditative and considered concept of what it means to be lit by the sun, the rays of the sun, the warmth of the sun.
I'm always lit.
Hell yeah.
I am trying to do a game, guys. So you can tell that this is the sun because it feels the same. It feels the same, times 1,000, times 1,000,000, or whatever.
Can you even feel it through like armor or whatever, or like how does that work?
Well, the way her senses work, it's not like it's not the same thing as
Heat.
like a blind person might bask in the sun. She sees the sun with her sight, and the warmth and the rays of the sun the same through the armor, out past the armor, into the space, the same way that she does with or without armor.
Okay.
So that is what allows you to know that you're on the sun, to believe that this is the sun that you are very approximately close to. But nobody else has a context for what the sun is. For everyone else, it's a light in the sky. So while all of us as modern people would know that, would be able to intuit that we were on the sun based on the information that you guys are receiving, only Nye would be able to tell in these circumstances that you guys are on the sun, or that this station or whatever is proximitous to the sun.
Did we
And there's
were
no-
we able to bring anything with us aside from the armor, or like how does that work?
All of your stuff is inside the armor.
Okay, so I can't like put the mass nodule on the sun, for example.
You could never do that.
Okay, I just want to rule that out right now before I even try something like that.
And
The
so
mass
the,
nodule would be destroyed by the sun's heat.
Okay,
I
fine.
get it.
It's the sun.
I know, but still, I wanted to try and weigh down the sun. Anyway,
We throw the earth out of
well,
orbit.
we don't see any activity other than us, right?
No, it's very dimly lit, as a matter of fact.
That's fucking
That's
weird.
strange.
The windows that go out into the
it's
sun
dimly lit.
are very, 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 very shaded. In fact, the light that comes through is barely purple. And of course, in the other direction is the blackness of space, except for the random gouts of, solar flare activity. And yes, during Luzzy. And those windows on the left side, when there is a gout of flame, dim responsively. So, although there is a great deal of shifting, almost like if you were in a cavern with a reflective pool of water, the light shifts and you see many different shapes and patterns. It's still very dim.
Speaking of what we see, what else is in the room other than slits in the wall?
3 doors.
Just 3 doors? No. Is the portal that we came through gone?
No, it's there.
Okay.
It's the other side, though.
So do we see at all what the? I guess when I say we, but like, do we see what the doors lead to at all, or is it just kind of?
No,
doors?
they're like hexagonal, actually closed doors,
Okay.
like not archways.
Well, I mean, is there an obvious mechanism to opening them?
Tell me about your attempts, if any, to open them.
I will approach it and look for a door handle or a button or a switch.
Which one do you approach?
The closest one, I guess, center.
The closest one would actually be either the left or right one, because the center one is this far and past them.
Okay, left.
Always left.
It opens automatically to your presence.
Oh, that's convenient.
Okay. I have to go to the bathroom again.
Rough.
Opening the door saves the sun.
All
All
it
right.
needed was a little air.
Oh, is that Earth
Oh.
there? Oh my god,
The-
it feels good.
The
I haven't had that in
thermostat
a
was
long
set to
time.
the thermostat was set to 480 Kelvin. We need to set it down to 478 Kelvin. There we go. We're fine. Everything's fine.
178 Kelvin.
I
Guys,
guess we're fucking with the thermostat again.
Damn it.
Is your thing going off?
Yeah, that thing. Damn kids.
my god, holy shit. Was that a pilot episode Family Guy fucking joke right there?
That's
yeah.
going way back there.
Holy shit, I'm surprised I even know that. But I know exactly what that's from, and I know that
Yep.
exact joke too. They
Mhm,
don't make jokes like that shit anymore. No, not at all.
Now they just do bullshit cutaways
Mm-hmm.
and explain the joke too.
Remember that time
Hey, do you remember that time we did the thermostat joke?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Whoop.
You remember that time we were on the sun and you opened the left door to save it? GM, I walk in front of the left door. Yeah, you open the left door, it automatically opens to your presence, and the sun is saved. Oh.
Yeah.
Cuts back
Alright.
to Brian being like, martinis. I don't know.
Everyone gets 80 experience.
Whose leg do I have to hump to get a dry martini around here?
And then he has sex with a blonde woman.
And then the blonde
Hey.
woman has kids, and he gets angry
Mm.
because they're not
Get
his kids.
angry.
And that's family.
But
Guy.
Brian, you're a dog. It's like, whew. Anyway.
Woof.
My God. Well, I hope wreckage feels good. And I hope this won't be.
Yeah, maybe this poop will be the one to end all poops.
Hey guys, bug fell out.
There it is. That's what was causing all the issues.
I will
flush you down the toilet.
Flush you to hell, bug. Water, my weakness. I survive on poop alone.
Really soiled his
being
plans.
flushed would be like Valhalla then. It's like
Mm.
just a constant feast and I guess orgy.
Doc,
Really soiled his plans.
when are you coming back to Ark with us, Doc?
Oh.
I'm a little burnt out on Ark. I played way too much on that other server. Got up to like fighting bosses and stuff. Beat the first boss and was like, "Yep, that only took me like a month to get to this point. Now I just don't want to play anymore."
Yeah, I played it for like a month, and I was like, okay, I'm done with that now.
Well, that's generally how I do it with Ark. I play it for like a month and then I just leave it until they
Yeah.
do like 10 or 20 updates, and then I come back and play it for like a month again.
Yeah.
It's fair.
But I am kind of tempted to get on the server just because checking out the new Ragnarok map.
Yeah, that's what
all
we're
the
doing.
interesting stuff. And
Half the
problem
map
is, I've
isn't
got
even
this
there.
other
though,
server that
so-
I'm currently on that I've put hundreds of hours into already, and it's like, well, I mean, I feel bad just abandoning that server, but at the same time, new and shiny stuff.
Yeah.
Also, the
Um,
ridiculous Rexes that I'm going to have to leave behind. That makes me sad.
I remember now. There was one E3 thing that it wasn't any of the conferences, but I saw like someone reporting on. Apparently, Logitech showed off. They have like this mouse pad that works with their wireless mice that charges the mouse as
Oh,
you move it across the
fucking
mouse pad.
Awesome.
That's pretty amazing,
It's
actually.
pretty cool.
Aside from the
pretty
fact
cool.
that, you know, wildest mice sucks. Wait,
Right,
what?
Yeah, there's that.
Wait, what? They actually announced their Metroid game?
Oh yeah, Metroid Prime 4.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
they
no,
didn't show
no,
anything on it. It
oh
was-
no, this is not that. This is Metroid Samus Returns.
Oh yeah.
It's a different thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's try this one more time.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome back.
The door opens up when you approach it. There is a long, curving hallway. As this one is on your left, there are many circular windows, very large. The hallway is quite large enough to drive vehicles through. And these massive circular windows that are evenly spaced and take up almost the entirety of the outside wall, look out into space.
I'll go to the door on the right and see what's behind that door.
That door will not open up.
Fine.
I'm sorry, it doesn't open up. I apologize for that. It
You
doesn't.
could
open
try
up.
to force it. This place is clearly not built to withstand strong pressures or anything. Just kick it.
Should we check the center door before we
Yeah.
go down
yeah.
here?
Yeah, okay.
You approach the center door, and it one half of it will open. So they're like Star Trek doors, right?
Mhm.
So like one half doesn't move at all. The other half opens about 2/3 of its distance, stops, and a bunch of sparks fly out of it. And ahead of you is a hallway that is filled with debris. It looks like, at least relative to the gravity, the ceiling in some way caved in, and there's like piping and weird synthetic metallic detritus completely blocking your path forward.
So it's basically just the left door then.
Left door it is.
Or solving the right door.
Yeah.
I mean,
is
But the
me-
left door is easier.
is the metallic
Yep.
stuff like that's detritus? How heavy is it? Like, can we pick it up at all?
I mean, it's a hallway filled with metal debris.
I just want to make sure that this metal is like, you know, liftable and stuff, or if it's like insanely heavy, you know.
It is
yeah,
metal.
is the gravity of the sun affecting this metal, or is it just our suits that are keeping us upright?
Yeah.
Is that the kind of thing you're going for?
Yeah.
The gravity is relevant to the station. Your suits aren't doing anything for gravity.
Okay.
So, and on the station, it has the weight of metal. So, a giant pile of metal debris you can't pick up or move, at least under normal means. But it isn't super light or super heavy or doesn't have any special attributes in that way.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe we should just check out the door that opens, because maybe the key to opening the other door lies within.
That's usually how these work.
I mean, if I was setting up a base on the sun, that's what I would do.
You probably
left.
would
Red key, blue key, green key in order
Exactly.
behind the respective doors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. To the left.
Yes.
So you guys travel the left hallway.
Mhm.
It's a long curve. As you follow it, in the first couple of windows, you can see the station. You can see the exterior of the room that has the vortex in it. The room that has the vortex in it, interior is a normal square room, one floor, walls, ceiling, etc. The exterior from the windows is like a diamond coming to a point, and it's offset diagonally with the room that you see, which is just to say that the exterior of the station is very angular and slick. And also, by the way, them tearing up the fucking street and the whole house shaking and shaking me like a goddamn martini is not helping my stomach. The whole house is shaking, and I'm sitting here like a fucking shake weight, with goddamn lower intestinal stomach bug. Fuck St. Paul Water Service, and fuck
My bum.
gut flora. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I got you.
All right. So you guys head down the left hallway. It is a long curve. When you get to, I guess, the apex of the curve, there is a room like a semicircle on the interior of the curve. So what would be towards center mass of the station.
It kind of like bubbles out, basically, the hallway.
Well, the opposite. So there's a normal curve, and then on the inside of the curve at the apex is this room. And the room is completely open to the ring. It's like a foyer almost. And a really good metaphor would be like a bridge almost, in that there's a raised platform with a console that looks into the rest of the curved hallway at the big circular windows.
Okay.
There's a nim-
Can we go up to the console and maybe take a look at it?
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. So, like all consoles in Numenera, it isn't just in, English with clear instructions on how to use.
Great. Can I use my decipher skill to read the text, please?
There is no text
Oh.
at all. There are displays that are showing changing, fluctuating patterns, shapes, and colors. And there are very basic like levers. Very punch it chewy type, like pull this lever down or push it forward.
Okay.
And there are 4 of these controls and 3 displays.
Okay. All right. So mine is specifically writing or language or code. You do not understand. Okay. So I can't like try and make sense of these controls.
So there's 4
can
levers
always-
and 3 displays. Is it like a display and a lever next to it, but one of them is off?
No, so there's 3 displays. So it like the console is like slanted. It's not like upright. It's very much like a sort of, I don't know, a keyboard almost. But the 3 displays are by themselves towards the top, and the 4 levelers are by themselves towards the bottom.
Okay.
Brian, what does your second tier ability do?
It basically like I can make a machine better. It's basically like if I see him, if a machine is threatening to us, I can befriend it and have like a 50-50 chance of it not killing us.
So it has to be
pretty much.
aggressive in the first place.
It doesn't necessarily have to be aggressive, but it could be.
Right. Okay. Well.
But it won't help us with this.
Roger.
Is the console
Sorry.
aggressive?
So it's also worth pointing out here that even though Dave's decipher ability doesn't apply because there isn't language,
Yeah.
All players can always make the attempt of figuring out what something does if they want to put it over to the dice. If you want to put it over to the dice without interacting with it in any way, without trying to solve the mystery, that just dictates what sort of difficulty I put in front of you. So when you have relevant skills and when you do things in the first place to try and figure it out, those are all things that just make it more likely that you figure it out. But somebody with no relevant skills and has done nothing to attempt to figure it out can still throw it to the dice, and maybe it's an impossible 10 task because they haven't done anything. But my point is, just because you don't have a relevant skill doesn't mean you can't.
I know we're just on the sun, and pulling levers
Toss the
seems
syntax.
like a very
I don't think just starting with let's pull the left one would be a really good idea in this place.
Can we like pull it and push it back up and see what happens? Like,
Yeah, Ko gets a
Pull it really
disappointed
quickly.
look on his face. I'm used to
Okay.
pushing buttons.
I mean, so what are the readouts like? trying to
They're
figure out
shapes
what
and
they
colors. And you could certainly attempt to roll there. But of note, the 3 displays, if you look at them long enough, though you don't understand exactly what's happening, they do all seem to move in a predictable pattern for their display. So the left display isn't just doing it seems to do the same sort of thing every 30 seconds. The center one seems to move through the same sort of dimensions every 30 seconds or so. So it's not just what I'm getting at is it's not just wild random bullshit happening on all 3
It's a pattern. It's like a repeating pattern.
yeah.
Um,
And each of the 3 is distinct and different.
How many levers are there?
4.
Again?
I'm just gonna walk up and pull the left one.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Let's just start doing stuff.
All right, so you pull the left one. The giant circular windows that are in front of you shutter closed. They appear to be exterior shutters. They close very gradually, and the entire hallway is filled with the sound of metal on metal as they do, in the way that a rusted door that hasn't been closed in a great deal of time.
So like it's coming from down the hallway, like all of the windows just closed?
Yes.
Do any of the displays stop?
Blinking, moving.
Yeah, like do they stop on a certain picture?
Those 3 displays do not in any way change their pattern in response to the pulling of this lever.
And are the displays synced up? Like, are they showing the exact same thing at the same time? Or
No,
are they...
all 3 of them are different. But they are self-contained, and they aren't random.
Right. Do they show the same symbols?
No.
As one another. So they're all different symbols. All okay. Got it.
From our perspective, as opposed to Numenarians, it's a lot like bars and graphs or sine waves or readout.
Weird data.
It's like
it
moves
data.
and then it changes and then it just keeps going back and forth to
I wonky with the right lever.
The rightmost?
Yes.
This the hallway and the bridge had no lighting of any kind. No artificial lighting. And so it got very dark when you closed the shutters. When you pull this rightmost lever, there is a delay where nothing occurs, and then the entire sort of bridge area is swathed in a sort of red light. So you've turned on the red light.
Does it turn off if I flip it back?
No.
That's usually not a good thing when red lights turn on.
Okay.
Are the lights, are the readouts still exactly the same? Like what we're doing is having no influence on
the leftmost and rightmost lever have had no effect on the readouts.
Santa, let's go. Boom.
Yeah.
Is center left or center right?
Center left. Always left first.
You pull the center left, and immediately this is relevant. Whereas the far left and far right were
shutters
like
and lights, I guess.
Well, no, were on off, sort of like up and down, and those were the only 2 states. This center left one, like a dial or a crank, you feel resistance along the whole way, so it can stop at any point along its track.
Where is it in the series of things? Very top, very bottom?
It's very top when you first grab it, and as you start to pull it down, you can feel that you can sort of like
let's stop at every state and see what happens. So stop at the next
one. It has no clicks. It's just a smooth gradient all the way to the bottom.
Okay, yeah, I pull that bitch all the way down.
All right.
Give me a strength check.
GM and
this is when I get XP on, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right. I am going to give my other XP to Bien.
Oh.
She hasn't pulled any levers yet, and I feel like her lever is this XP that I dropped in front of her.
Cute.
Your whale.
You won't get to use it because now we all die.
Yeah.
You all,
Yeah.
everyone feels a strange sense of vertigo.
Sweet, this is gravity. Nice. I like this button.
The gravity doesn't turn off. But you know that sensation when you're on like a roller coaster or something? Or in a plane where you can feel considerable movement inside your body, but you don't see
Yeah, like
any.
when you go up and down a really big hill and you just like. Whoa.
Yeah, you feel in your body a lot of movement.
Oh
Nice.
God, what we do?
And another explosion rocks through the station.
How far down to the bottom did I make it? All the way?
As of yet, you aren't falling anywhere.
No, the
No, the
lever.
lever.
Yeah, the lever goes all the way to the bottom.
But did I make it all the way to the bottom before it exploded?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you made it all the way to the bottom before. It wasn't until you like stopped inputting a control that anything happened at all.
Monty and I have bad experience with pushing buttons and far off explosions occurring.
I mean, I'm completely fine if you want to pull the lever like 3 or 4 more times just to see what happens.
All right. Is there any like pressure when I push it back up?
You push it back up? Yeah.
No. I just want to see if it pushes back.
Yeah, it's still a dial basically. Like the pressure is, what I mean by that is that unlike the other switches, which if you push them at all, they sort of snap into the next position, this one can stop at any point along the track. It
sort of clicks.
Think of it as like a light switch has on and off. It doesn't sit in the middle, whereas this one is like you can turn it and it slowly comes down, and you could leave it at any point.
like a dial,
Yeah.
but it is still a lever in its shape.
Okay.
And
Well, if no one's gonna do it, I'm gonna fuck with that other lever. Another one.
Do it.
Wreckage.
Do it.
Another one. I pull that bitch.
So the center right one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the center right one, you all the way.
I mean, unless you tell me otherwise, I'm pulling it all the way
Is
down.
there any other way?
Well, so this one also has the dial. It's also a dial.
Oh yeah, I like these ones. I like putting all my strength behind pulling it down. So let's do it.
And just like the other one, nothing will happen until you sort of stop giving it commands, right? Like until you let go and input the command, it won't do anything. So you're putting it all the way to the bottom.
Yep.
You guys feel another sense of vertigo that is perpendicular to the previous sense of vertigo.
Fuck, I wouldn't even know what that feels like. Your stomach gets pulled. in this
Does it
direction.
feel like the entire station is quickly shifting? Is that
Yeah, that's probably what that is.
But we shut the door, so the windows, so we'd have no idea, right?
Yeah, you shut the windows before you started doing the movement controls, so you didn't even know that you were doing the movement controls.
Is it like being in an elevator wreckage? Is that the feeling? we're
Yeah,
getting?
exactly. Only the two did, like, one did the X axis and the other did the Y axis.
Sure.
Also GM intrusion.
I give my XP to Monty.
except you don't get an XP?
I
on
don't
this
get
one?
an XP for this one.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't.
gets
He doesn't, but you do.
Oh, he still does get. Oh,
the
okay.
doomed trait. You always give an XP.
Yeah.
You just don't always receive one.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So your the station is moving. And then you guys you're like, oh, that's fine. And right around the point where there was an explosion last time, like right after the station stopped moving, everybody's senses are too overwhelmed to feel an explosion. But all at once, your vision is filled with the intensest light imaginable. And you are overcome with a sense of weightlessness. And in a few moments, the visors on your spacesuits adjust, and also your retinas heal. And the hallway has been torn open. And whereas previously this hallway looked out into the vacuum of space, it now is looking out into this core of the sun. And also, all of you are drifting towards the sun.
Can we push that lever back?
Well, we're going to be real close to the sun now, Nye.
How do you like your god now?
So we're like in the room, but we're like slowly moving towards that open hole.
No, the entire hallway has explosively decompressed, and nobody is slowly moving anywhere. The hallway is
What is left?
Down the middle. Like the bridge is all still there. It's just because of the explosive decompression and the hallway splitting open. And the gravity apparently turning off in this section, probably to the damage. You're all made weightless and sucked towards the opening. So there are the tattered ribbons of the hallway still in your way as you head out. The bridge is still there. It's the most exterior wall that has split open. And it is split open like it started somewhere down the curve past your vision, and the split just traveled along the far wall, breaking open as it went, all the way past your vision on the left.
So let's go back and try that right then.
This doesn't sound good.
If I have to explain it again, you are all being sucked into the vacuum of space.
Right.
You cannot go back and try a lever.
So
No, I'm talking about leaving and going.
You are currently dying, and must do something to avert your fate of dying.
we're still in the room though. We're not in space yet.
No, you're being sucked into space. You're not in
Are
the
we
room.
talking like a plane being decompressed because someone busted out a window? Is that the kind of suction that we're experiencing?
No, you're experiencing the kind of suction between a spaceship and a vacuum of space.
No,
So,
but
yes,
what he
we're being
means is
sucked
like,
out
is
very
it like a
violently.
hole that we can repair by throwing something just as big at it?
The hallway is split along its entire path. The
Okay.
entire exterior wall has blown out.
Is there a way that we can go back to the other, like maybe try and get back to the other room and close the door, and that would fix it, or like how does?
I mean, that's it certainly wouldn't fix it. I mean, but if you could get inside somewhere, you would not be being sucked into the sun.
Okay, that's all we need to know, really.
I guess we just try to keep moving, or like.
Does anyone have any force field tech?
Nope.
No.
I have something with armor.
I mean, ideally, what we want to do is create like a barrier, right? To sort of block the stuff from happening. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Now we do.
Would it be closer to go back or to go forward?
You are at the apex of the circle.
So same either way.
Yes. Well, that's assuming that the next door exists or isn't stuck, and also this entire hallway is destroyed and you're being sucked into the sun.
Let me get an idea here, Wreckage. Was this because of the GM intrusion, or was this because of we pulling the lever?
Both.
Both?
Yes.
Because if, like, for example, if someone else pulled the lever, would we be dead?
I guess.
Yes, you would be dying.
Does
no matter
everybody have
who
an
pulled it.
explorer's pack?
I do.
not.
I do.
I mean, I
So
could throw
right now,
sleeping
for
powder at it.
to put it into perspective, Milo, you're all sort of different distances away from the console, because I assume you were all standing at the console.
Right.
Yeah.
Milo is the closest to the sun.
Bye.
Next is Monty, next is Ko, next is Nye, and finally Otter is the least sucked into the sun. But you're all sort of doing like the scene from a space thriller where the entire crew gets sucked out into space and they're in
Okay,
like a
so-
line.
I have a
Assuming
question.
we do nothing, how long until we actually get sucked out? I'm trying to get an idea for how quickly we're being removed from this facility.
Like a turn, like
So like 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
6 seconds.
Okay. I'm going to grab Milo
And throw
and
him.
try to grab the console so I've got something to hold on to.
You're well past that point. Like as I explained, you have been sucked into space. The explosion happened. The GM intrusion happened.
So we've already left the facility.
You are already past the bounds, the walls of the facility, and being sucked into space.
So, is there anything as I go, or as we get sucked out? Is there anything on the outside of the station that I can grab onto?
A lot of debris, because the station just exploded.
Right, but
Debris doesn't help though.
anything like a bar or a handle or something on the outside of the station that you can grab onto as you go past.
Well, so Milo and Monty are both too far, but you and Nye and Pian are still in the process of passing what used to be the exterior wall of the station.
Mm-hmm.
And the exterior wall of the station is not totally like it didn't peel off like a banana peel. It shattered like a million little segments.
Sure.
And so there are still like jagged pieces of it that exist. So you could theoretically grab on to something like that, or
I would like to try to do that.
Can I consort with the dead on myself, please?
Okay, so
till you die.
Can I raise myself from the dead?
So Ko grabs a thingy. I grab Ko, and then I reach into my explorer's pack and I pull out my rope, and I hold one end and let the other end go to shoot, let it fly out so that the other two can try to grab it.
Sure thing. You take out your rope and it immediately ignites and disappears.
Okay.
I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen.
Okay then. Did you guys have ideas on what characters you wanted to play next, or
probably one that likes the sun a lot because it seems all powerful, all omnipotent.
Yeah.
One that can fly.
Ko,
Yeah.
please make me a demanding. This is in athletics.
Okay.
That's a 3, in case you're wondering.
Yep.
It doesn't you make it sound super difficult, but demanding is a 3, so it's
Apparently, it's very demanding.
Look,
It
those
is.
are the words that they use. It's simple, standard, demanding.
To be fair,
is the very
demanding
next thing.
still needs you to roll at least a 9. That's
yeah. I
That's
would
a
probably
50.
put
It's
difficult
pretty good.
at 3 and demanding at 4. That just seems like a weird. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
So yeah, I failed.
Yeah, so you collide into a piece of wall that is there and do the interstellar thing where his body hits the debris and it just breaks it open even more, and you don't take any damage because these amazing armor suits that you're wearing.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting closer to the sun, I think I want to activate the one piece of or the one cipher that I have, which is warmth projector armor, which gives me an additional +2 against heat.
we already have +100 against heat.
Yes, you currently have +100 against heat.
Oh, Well, now I have plus 102.
So wreckage,
Okay,
we're
I
in
won't do that.
we're in space, yeah. We're in the limitless vastness of space, yeah.
Right. And Ko has taken an action, and all of you can have an action. To
All right,
respond
here's
to
what I
this.
want to do. I'm going to.
Friendly reminder. I'm going to
What?
make a friendly reminder here. XP can be used to make declarative statements about the narrative, such as that there is like a venting piece of pipe that you can grab onto or something.
How far out are we?
You
said
guys
we're
are just past the exterior wall.
just past. Okay.
But you're all taking a turn in the exact instant. This is hard to communicate because there was an explosion and then you were all sucked into space. You're all taking a turn in that exact instant when you regain sense of what's happening. And so that moment hasn't passed yet, and only Ko has declared
All
what
right.
he's doing.
Here's what I'm going to do. As a player who as a character in this world who understands that, my time is coming, and I look into the giant vastness of space and the sun, I grab a hold of Monty, and I do the thing where like I push him off of me so that he flies towards the station and I fly further towards the sun, to give him like a boost so that he can get back to the station.
All right. Now, Monty, Milo is doing that. Do you allow it? Like he is going to wrap himself entirely around you and then push off of you, which will send you back in the opposite direction and him faster towards the sun.
Look, here's the thing that's going to happen. Either both of us die or one of us dies. And I am the doomed character.
What does the station look like around us? What is the entire thing torn apart?
No. So if you take the briefest of moments to take in the station itself is shaped like a gyroscope. It has
coming out into the middle.
It has a center column from which 4 circular ring, or like 2 rings, I guess, but 4 arms of the ring, right? You see what I'm saying? Start at one end and meet at the other end, and then in the center spoke there is a large singular domed facility, and then interior there are a bunch of like modules, make the most sense. And so you were on the exterior of one of those rings and the ring blew open, so you were at the furthest edge of one of the station possible, and that part of it
so it wouldn't be possible to try and like throw or kick each other and both go towards another part of the station?
No, because the station is in one direction and the sun is in the other at this point.
I can't think of a way to... I was actually going to do basically the same thing. I was going to grab Milo and throw him back into the hole.
I already did it, bitch.
Yeah.
Take my sacrifice. Don't make it meaningless. Boom.
I mean, I can't think of a way of getting you out as well, and you've already done it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm doomed. So, like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm the reason why this fucking thing blew up. It's the least
You did pull the lever.
Well, no, I think it's because of, my impending sense of everyone's fucked around me. So, like, makes sense, right? So, that's why I'm going to send Die Party, fuck the sun. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I do, Wreckage.
All right, so Monty, you're not going to stop him anyway. You're going to allow him to sort of manhandle you, and like it'll be very clear what he's doing, especially since you've said that you had the same thought. So you're going to let him sacrifice himself for you?
Don't want to.
Because you could easily just like grab onto him, and then like nothing he does will change your momentum between the two of you, right? Like, you guys can thrash around, but you as a gravity object, you'll still keep moving in the same direction. You won't separate from each other or go flying.
Yeah, I have to. I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just like grab hold of him.
Milo, your heroic sacrifice is intervened by the fact that he is big and muscly and you are a child.
I have speed defense wreckage.
Well, you're trying to do
I
something.
have also
to him.
contortionist, so you know what up, bitch.
I mean, you do, but you're trying to do something to him.
So are you really gonna just be like, nah, man, fuck you, we're both dying? Is that
I
what
mean,
I'm
it
I'm
saying?
not
seems
going
like-
to let you sacrifice. I don't want anyone to die. That's the thing.
Well,
It's-
and that's still very possible if
Yes.
everybody would, instead of just saying, well, we're all dead.
We're in space though.
I've already tried. I already tried.
Crow tried a totally valid thing and failed his dice roll, and nobody else has tried. Well, okay, Nye took out rope, and that ignited immediately because it's rope.
Right, and
I mean, we
I'm
are already out of
I'm-
the station, so there's not much
right.
we
Yeah,
can do.
the four of us are already out of the station. Otto's the only one that can still potentially grab onto something.
You are not out of the station, Nye.
I was attached to Ko.
You were not attached to Ko.
Oh, okay.
Nobody was attached to anybody.
I guess. Oh, okay then.
You guys didn't tie yourselves to each other before you started the adventure. I don't know what you mean.
No, I said
Wreckage,
I grabbed
okay.
onto Ko.
All right.
And
As he grabs onto me, this is gonna be real stupid, and I hope you're ready. I hope your body is prepared for this.
Okay.
I turn around so that my back is facing the station. Okay? No, my front is facing the station. Right? I pull my arm into the sleeve of the suit and activate the mass nodule to the front of my chest so that it weighs us towards the station. I'm now suddenly 10 times the weight in the direction of the station.
All right, now. So here's the thing. Mass doesn't work that way, but weird ciphers can work any way you want them to work.
Yeah.
So if here's the
For
thing.
some reason, I'm imagining the mass nodule suddenly giving me incredible, like,
Oh, I've got it. Yeah, so you're making a forward motion as you activate it. The mass suddenly becomes larger, pulling you forwards.
it's only, yeah, I mean,
That
is that
makes
how it
perfect
works?
sense.
It increases your gravity in the direction that you point it.
Well, no,
Well,
it
no,
doesn't.
wouldn't matter
But-
if he's
no,
making
but
a
what he's
forward
saying-
motion. It would
No.
contain them. It would have the momentum.
Monty Doc is being really clever here because what he's saying is basically like in space, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So if you flail your arm, you actually aren't accomplishing anything. But if you flail your arm and turn on the mass nodule in the process of the arc, the mass nodule literally creates 10 times mass from nothing. So suddenly your flailing arm that cost you like an equal and opposite reaction to flail in the left direction, you're getting a whole bunch of momentum in the correct direction from nothing.
But you would just into the sun.
No, but you wouldn't, because right now you're actually weightless in space.
It's an RPG, so I guess we can say how it works.
Think about it this way,
however it
right?
works.
You're moving your fist, which weighs like, I don't know, a pound, forwards at 1 foot a second, and then suddenly it weighs 10 pounds. You've just created a 10-pound pull on your hand.
You've created a 10, like,
Racket is the GM, so it works however he says it works. So
right. The thing is, like, this, it would never work in reality, but also because there aren't things that create mass from nothing in reality.
yeah.
The cipher, I think actually the science here works out correctly as Monty and Milo are saying.
sure, sure. Whatever you say.
I also like the fact that, at first everyone was like cool with me, like, yep, I'm just gonna kick Monty back, and then slide into the sun real smooth, like, and then Naya's like, yo, but fuck you.
All right, so if you grab on them, so Monty and you are conjoined,
Yeah.
and then you do this maneuver.
Yeah.
At the cost of your mass nodule.
I mean, like,
You start heading in.
slowly moving into the sun using a mass nodule.
So now Milo and Monty are headed toward the station again. Whereas Ko, Otter, and Nye are heading out of the station.
How much forward momentum do we have? Is it a lot? Is it a
I'd
little?
say that you're moving back towards the station at the, just for simplicity's sake, you're moving back towards the station at the same speed that everybody else was moving away from.
If we catch it, then nothing happens. Yeah, we just like cease momentum. If we catch other people as they come out, yeah.
If you grabbed,
we do have the greater mass.
If you had if you hit 2 other people, that's the thing. You have greater mass now because you have the mass nodule. You weigh 10 times what you weigh, so you're worth 10 people. So their momentum coming out.
Well, actually, we would be worth 20 people because it's myself and Monty.
The mass nodule is only affecting you. It's not going.
Okay.
Yeah, because it only affects the thing that it's touching. So it's affecting your armor, which is the best thing that you could select actually, because the armor weighs a whole. It weighs more than probably you. So you are 10 people worth of momentum is heading towards the station. If everybody collided with you, they would slow you down 3 people's worth of momentum, but you would still be heading towards the station with 7 people's worth of momentum. Math.
All right. Let's catch people. So
Get out the net.
I guess Ko is the next one flying out of the thing.
Well, so Otter and Nye both haven't done an action.
Okay.
I did, but I guess we're ignoring mine.
We're not ignoring it. Taking out a rope and watching it burn doesn't consume an action.
No, I did other things, but we're pretending they didn't happen. So I guess I'll try to.
What else did you do?
I said I wrapped myself around Ko and then pulled out my rope, but we're pretending that didn't happen, I guess. So.
Well, the reason that the first thing didn't happen is because Ko already collided with the exterior of the station, so you couldn't have grabbed onto him.
I grab onto metal or piece of station that I can grab onto.
Or grab onto the memory of Ko.
All right.
Pull out my rope.
Yeah,
That
I
is-
grab.
All right, both of you can make a
I
level
grab onto it.
3 demanding athletics test.
Oh, I grab onto everyone with my athleticism, says Nye, saving everyone at once.
What would you like your major effect to be?
Uh,
Otter is still behind you, so I mean, she also succeeds.
Maybe you can
Can
like
I grab Ko?
Yeah.
Sure, you can grab Ko with your major success. His foot is flailing back towards you or something.
Okay.
So you guys grab onto the sort of destroyed exterior of the station, and with 2 successes and a major effect, and Monty and Milo headed back towards the station. I wouldn't call you guys secure, but the immediate threat of being sucked into the sun is past. And why don't we go to our first break?
All right. That sounds good to me. Momentum, actually.
Well, you and Monty will land harmlessly in the bridge.
Wait, I'm curious. 10 times the amount of people, is that enough to push the bridge further, or does this thing weigh a lot more than us? I assume it weighs a lot more than...
It weighs the entire station. The station is a rigid single construct, so...
But it has no weight.
Being in space, though, yes, it will move very slowly away.
Unless it has, like, maneuvering thrusters that keep it in position.
And now, is it safe to assume that the pressure has equalized, but there's...
Yeah, there's no longer anything... like, what I'm saying, you guys are totally now... You guys are weightless,
Right.
doing sort of a spacewalk thing
Okay.
in
Can you give me
the remnants of the hallway.
Can you at least give me this? I want to do a perception roll to see what I see as we're coming back. Like we have a
Sure.
vantage
Well,
point
you don't even
from this thing.
You don't. At least I don't think you need a roll. I'm willing to explain the shape of the station. Again, Monty looked at it during his turn. It is a single spine that has mini modules on it, and then 4 long these hallway things that turn it vaguely into a sort of gyroscope shape.
Gyroscope shape? Okay.
Yeah, so it's got like a post in the middle with like rings around it, right?
Yeah. Well, and the rings head the same way as the spine down the middle, as
Right.
opposed to a gyroscope, which also has one that goes across the middle, which this one doesn't have.
So what?
But a gyroscope is just
like,
the sort of thing to put in your mind.
I'm.
So now that the pressure's equalized, can I sort of poke my head out of the hallway into space and see if there are any like hatches or doors or anything like that in any of the other rings? You know what I mean?
That is a very bad
Oh.
drawing of what's going on.
I
But
see.
that's
I see what you're saying. So there's a spine, and then it kind of looks like an onion almost.
yeah, sure. That's yeah.
Yeah?
You've correctly drawn what it is. And then the center spine has many modules connected to it, which are other rooms.
Like that kind of.
Now, the station is quite large, and you are totally capable of spacewalk, like pulling yourself along the debris and looking around.
Mm-hmm.
The space station has very angular, smooth, almost like plated armor exterior. It doesn't look like there are any hatches that go in and out. In fact, as this ring has been rotated towards the sun because of the one lever that you pulled, and now that you've blown out the exterior, the inside of the ring, which was still intact, is starting to turn red.
Is this like a passenger situation where like everything is failing on this space station?
I mean, it was being rocked with explosions when you showed up.
Right.
Is it? This is sort of like a weird thing because we're here to save the sun, but
Yep.
this station is fucked. Like,
Yep.
So, I mean,
And you fucked it more than it was when you showed up.
I mean, we pulled a lever with no information. Like, we're bound to do that. That's what adventurers do, or at least that's what I do.
Can I get a perception roll from Ko and Milo, since they both say they're looking around? This will be difficult.
Yeah.
3.
Difficulty 3. All right, so 2 for me then.
Shocker.
Big shocks.
Hey, man. Look, me and Ko have this. Wait, Ko?
Yeah,
Okay, sure, yeah.
I rolled 0.
Oh yeah, you're sticking your head out. Yeah.
You rolled a 7. You rolled 0 successes.
Well, I mean 0 successes. Yeah.
I also rolled a 7, except I succeeded.
From the you headed a certain direction around that ring, and from what would have been the far side of that ring from you guys, the sort of next door that you would have come up on,
Mm-hmm.
A hatch opens and there's a brief venting of atmosphere, and some sort of large humanoid metallic figure comes out of the hatch, and lights come off of it, and it starts looking around.
Is it Ven? Please tell me it's Ven.
Yeah.
No, this
Hello,
is a much
travelers.
Yeah.
this is a much more
I will save you for all of your shins.
this is a much more angular and tall figure. Again, Milo is the one seeing this. It also has very clearly what appears to be like a straight up shield in one arm, like combat shield.
All right.
You know, with the winged top and everything.
It's gonna go punch the sun.
So that's what's threatening the sun then, the robot?
I don't know. It's just come out of the far hatch, and it's using its lights and sort of jetting. Little jets are coming out of it, like
right.
you might see a spaceship orient itself.
Can we get a reference for size of this station? Is this like a football stadium? Is it?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So we haven't
It's
got
not
much.
it's not super massive.
It's not dwarfing like something. It's not dwarfing us, right? We're not like, well, we could spend. It's not like the same sort of station,
I mean,
like in Dead
made
Space sort of thing, right? It's like
You made it to the apex of the ring, right? Like, which is
So
itself
we've
the
basically
interior
walked
ring.
half the length of it already.
Well, yeah,
okay.
half the height of it, right? By
Yeah.
just going to the apex of one of the rings. And since you're traveling along the ring, you're actually doing half the height in a less efficient path, right?
All right.
It would less far to walk the spine.
Can you signal to him, like draw him closer?
I mean,
In space, nobody can hear you scream. For
Yeah.
I have to use the bathroom.
okay, we'll be here waiting for you. So maybe guys, what do you think? We haven't heard much from Pian today. She's been very quiet, sitting in her corner.
I'm gonna be real. I've got super tired, exhausted.
Okay, cool. Well, here's what I'm thinking we'll do. Maybe we go to that little venting thing and see what's in that room if we can't get a hold of this robot.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the coolest because if you succeed a perception check and the GM tells you about a thing, right?
You might wanna.
Wait, wasn't
You
there?
might
like,
wanna go.
wasn't there like a really angular robot working all the machines on the other side of the vortex? The one that we came through. There was a robot in there, right? It was operating stuff. Am I the only person that remembers
Was
that?
there?
I don't remember a robot.
There was like the cult leader guy that we killed.
No, it was the kid that helped us suit up, right? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, no. And then we went back down the big spiral staircase, and we went into that room with where the vortex was and all the machines that were breaking down.
I don't. Yeah, there was something in there, but like from what I remember, it was melting because of the vortex, not because of like.
I seem to remember there being another robot involved.
Do you think that they're sending robots through the vortex to try and like fix the sun?
Maybe like if there's a caretaker on one side of the vortex, there's one on this side as well, and it's like, holy shit, someone's just destroying my station. What the fuck is going on out here?
Well, yeah, and really that cult was basically worshiping this vortex, right? So maybe stuff has been coming in and out, and that's their connection to it, right? So maybe they're sending stuff in and getting stuff back. Like, there's got to be a connection somewhere, right?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking, like, I don't understand why they're sending this robot there. So I think ideally our best situation is to sort of work out what's in that room, right? Because if it's a machine that's replicating machines in order to send it into the sun to fix the sun, maybe there's something that we can do to exacerbate that process and make it easier to fix the sun, right? If it's that simple, great. But we're fixing an entire fucking planet.
Yeah, and I think it's worth pursuing. Just at least try, like, if we can communicate with the thing that has come out that door and is putzing around, like.
It probably knows the station better than us.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it might have a better idea of what the fuck is going on. Because right now we have zero idea.
Unless this robot's being sent out to repair the hole that we made.
It could very well just be that, but we won't know until we actually make contact, I guess, right?
Excuse me, Hobbits, did you blow a hole in my station? It's like, yeah.
Damn
he
kids, I told you to stay away from those levers.
And then he throws us into the sun.
You are fired.
And we
Fine, I
steal
quit.
his shield
Yeah,
and
out of
surf
a
down
cannon.
on
He
it.
says it in
the
Arnold
sun.
Schwarzenegger voice. You're fired.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I think that's a good idea. Trying to make contact with him.
I don't know, man. Like, in these sorts of situations where we're like, well, I guess we have to solve this puzzle and then move on because, like, or we could just go back through the hole and say we fixed it and just leave.
Yeah, I was saying we could
It's not our
literally just
problem
go
now.
back
We
through the
don't need it.
vortex.
Go back through the vortex and be like, yeah, it's no more dying. See ya.
Sorry, little boy, non-child human thing.
We fixed the sun. It's fixed.
Yeah. Totally did it.
Roll a deceive check. It's impossible.
Don't go through there. It's not safe.
Yeah.
There's literally no oxygen, but we fixed
You
the
have
sun.
to wait until you can't see us anymore, and then you can go through it.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, so
Yo.
wreckage. I think we'd like to investigate, like either the robot if we can catch up to him, or the hole that he came out of.
Okay, well, so he is investigating the wreckage of the hallway
Great, that's what I
toward
figured, yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like searchlights. So you could easily intercept him if you're going to crawl your way towards that, and try the hole.
Well, let's talk to the robot first. You know, that way we can have a group and talk to him as a group. Yeah.
Sure. So you're going to head toward. You guys are going to, as a group, head toward him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Just remember where we park, guys.
Yeah.
Remember where we put the portal to get back to Earth.
Well, the portal to get back to Earth is the other direction, as far as you know.
Oh, I mean, it's inside that loopy, spiny bit. So yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, would that be like at the top of the thing?
Top or bottom.
Depending on which direction's up for you at the moment.
Yep.
Sure, but
No
it's
gravity.
at a.
It's one of the spokes.
It's
yeah.
at one of the points where it's all meeting together.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's at one of the. It's one of the spokes.
That makes it easy.
So what is how are you guys approaching this robot?
Well, I pull out all of the guns that we. No, I just go up to it. I mean,
As a group or like?
Oh.
I mean, we're kind of crawling along the outside of the station, aren't we? Or are we
Yeah.
just drifting?
Are
You
would be
crawling.
crawling.
It's outside, so we're like
Yeah.
dragging ourselves along.
Right. Well, no, it and you are in a place that would be inside if the exterior of the ring hadn't been blown off.
Right.
Right. You are still in the hallway. You are crawling
Yeah.
along what
But we're
used to
still,
be
like-
the hallway. Put into your mind like in the desert where they have those old airline fuselages, like you are now crawling through something like that, which is still very much the rigid structure of a hallway, but without any
missing a side.
without any of the trappings of a hallway anymore. Especially as apparently the heat of the sun
pathway.
starts to melt the interior, the unshielded interior.
Oh yeah, shit. Okay.
So we should probably be making our way towards a shielded area then, as a group.
Well, you are, and you're also making your way towards the robot.
Yeah.
So are you going to confront the robot as a group?
Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
approaches- Who is first?
Not me. I hate robots. Someone else.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be like, fuck you and kick it into the sun.
Yeah.
It's got maneuvering thrusters, so I don't think
I steal the maneuvering thrusters. and
I'll
kick it
look
into
at
the sun.
Nye and I'll say, Nye, you and I tend to be pretty good with these robots. Do you want to kind of come with me and see what we can get out of it?
Sorry, my headphones something weird. What was that?
I would say you and I are pretty good at handling robots. Do you want to come with me? And of course, I've explained to Nye that there's a robot because she can't see it. But
right.
yeah,
Further
there's a
than 10
robot.
feet away, there is
Yeah.
a robot.
Do you want to see if we can get any information out of it? We definitely don't want Milo talking to it.
Sure, let's go.
Okay, so Nye and I'll take the lead.
Right. So, it's got these basically at like the shoulders and the hips, because it's a humanoid figure, right?
Mhm.
It's got these searchlights that are looking around, and each of the searchlights is sort of independent. To put that into perspective, so it's sort of doing this whole like looking for anything type thing.
Mhm.
And as you guys approach, like one of the searchlights finds you, and then they all affix on you. And there's just sort of a pause. Right up in its face, you can see that it basically looks like a Black Knight from Dark Souls.
Okay.
Like it's got the whole like pointy head and like sleek svelte plated armor and a shield, and its right arm comes to a point where a hand should be, and there's just a like funnel thing.
Okay.
I'll sort of. I'm gonna put my hands up in like a non-threatening gesture
Uh-huh.
and try to talk to it. You know, hello, robot.
There's no response. Co, give me. Well, no. There's like. There's no way for you to know in your current situation
Mm-hmm.
that sound doesn't travel through the vacuum of space.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are in space. Have we actually spoken to each other since we got to the station?
We have
right?
like
Yeah,
helmet.
your suits have comms,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
but you're not like familiar with the concept of comms yet. This is not something you've previously encountered. So your suits are communicating with each other. You're trying to communicate with this robot. It's letting you sit there and gesture at it, but you're not getting any feedback.
So maybe we should go towards the hatch to get out of the vacuum. Just throwing that out there.
Just gonna throw it out there. Linguist lets me communicate with things that can't talk, I guess. I don't know. But I hate robots, so inappropriate.
Well, no, linguist lets you. It doesn't just do. You can also do like hand sign languages.
Yeah.
But it has to be able to understand a hand sign language as well.
I mean, it's kind of like when you go to another country and you don't speak the language and you're trying to get a bag to go shopping and you're like, well...
Yeah, it's like that if also that other country is in the vacuum of space and you can't talk to it at all.
I like to think that robots understand the simple concept of like, hello.
I mean, is it an AI robot or is it an automated repair bot? Is it a defense? Like, is it smart or is it a machine to do a purpose?
So is it just kind of staying in place and looking at us now?
It's using its thrusters to like, stand in like you guys are having trouble staying in place because you're in 0Gs.
Is there any way that...
But it's just like now standing there. Now that it's like found you with its searchlights, it's like standing directly aside from or directly...
okay. I got an idea. Can I use Numenera on my own suit to see if I can affix like some sort of like turn the setting on or something like that?
Yeah, you can. Well, you can Numenera identify your own suit.
Yeah.
That is certainly something that is allowed. It would be a starting difficulty of intimidating.
Okay, so challenging. What's challenging then? Like 3, 6, 9, 12, 14?
18.
18. Really? I have to get an
Or
18?
no. Wait, hold on. I'll just roll it.
15. It's a 15. Okay. So
Got a 7 again.
No,
yeah,
no,
I don't know what it is. With me and
We just got
sevens.
3 7s in a row. Jackpot.
Yay!
Bling, bling, bling. Cypher is just
Going to Vegas.
All right, so I'm gonna roll. You said challenging or intimidating?
It starts as intimidating.
Okay,
You
so
have the skill
yeah,
Numenera,
take it
so
down to
goes
7.
down.
Yeah, challenging.
You can
Okay.
remember there's effort. But you don't need it. Your suit is and you have to harken back to when you put it on in the first place to have any chance of figuring it out.
It's like liquid, right? No something.
Yeah, it's not liquid. So for us as non-Numenarians, you got bathed in a nano bath of nano machines
Oh.
that then coalesced into a suit that was exactly perfectly sized for you.
Okay, so with that in mind, I think I know.
You have personally, like your only other experience in nanomachines is the Iron Wind, but you really don't have the pieces to
Yeah, well,
like compare the two.
I believe
You know that you went into a liquid filled with nano and Numenera, and the Numenera liquid as a response crystallized into this armor, which sort of that's what it is. It's a sort of smart armor. It's a smart liquid that turns into solar armor.
All right, so for example, if I wanted to try this, so I believe personally, Milo believes that everything is made up of of whatever we call the nanomachines, right? Because we don't know them as nanomachines, yeah.
Right. You think the whole world is Numenera.
Yep, that's what I think. I honestly think, and if you have the ability to
encountering a liquid that is Numenera is not weird at all. That's what all liquid is. This one just happens to be liquid that turns into armor.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, and if you had the ability to, you could change the Numenera, say, around the mouth to allow voice to go outward, right? That's what I would imagine, and that's what I would like to attempt.
Through what means? Because you don't actually have the means to do that.
Well, I believe that I have the ability to affect certain Numenera, which is, like the dead, which is why I believe I can do it, right?
Okay. Right.
So I just believe that I can try and change it. So.
All right. So what you're telling me is wreckage through the power of belief.
Yeah.
My character will change the world.
That's right. I mean, I believe that I can. I wouldn't know that I. Okay.
Okay. Oh, sure. Through sheer willpower, you can change your armor. The difficulty starts at 10.
What's 10? Impossible.
30.
That's good luck.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I need to get it down
Through
to?
sheer willpower.
Well, but hold on though. So, but also, even if you were able to project your voice out of the suit, we're still in a vacuum.
Yeah, but I don't know how vacuums work.
So,
Right.
so through willpower, through sheer willpower, Milo is through spending effort and like advantage and all this. He's going to succeed at modifying his armor through nothing but the power of his mind influencing the world. He's going to create a speaker, and then it's not going to work because it's the vacuum of space.
You know what? I'm gonna try it anyway. I use my.
I'm not sure you. All kidding aside, I'm not sure you actually can get it down to succeedable.
I have the effort. Wait, didn't I get an effort? Fuck, I don't know what I got. No, I didn't get an effort.
So, intimidating 6 is the first number that you can actually succeed.
It goes down to 18. I just did the math then, yeah.
Yeah, so you have to lower it 4 times.
1, 2, 3,
so you can
4.
spend effort, what, twice?
Yeah,
You
once.
have 2 effort?
No, I have 1. I don't know
So
what
yeah,
I for some reason I remember that I increased my effort, but it didn't save on my sheet for some reason. I do remember doing it because it's weird. I remember doing it, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. My shit. Anyway.
Anyway, I have to use the bathroom again.
What do you guys think?
I'm
Should I attempt?
Well, I mean, even if you used everything you had available,
I mean,
Can
it could
you
just
even get
be
it low enough
like
to
the
do it?
Numenera just talk to that robot. Like, it could just be that. I don't know.
I mean, I think we
I
should
mean,
just
we-
try. Oh, go ahead, Doug.
We have some kind of radio link to each other, right? Some way of communicating with each other. It's quite possible you could get it to link up to the robot as well.
But that's what I'm thinking. That's what I think the Numenera are doing, right? Like, or the other thing is I could Morse code some flashing lights at this thing.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you, robot! Fly into the sun.
Yeah.
Your station sucks. There's a big hole in it.
Yeah, asshole. Video games.
Oh, video games. I mean, honestly, worst case scenario, we can just go in the hash that this thing came out of, so we don't have to fuck with zero gravity.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm thinking. If we can't communicate with this robot very soon, I'm just going to go towards the hatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll get the idea when we start trying to claw our way in.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
yo, if I do this and I succeed, nothing is going to be impossible for me. ever again.
You win Numenera.
I basically
you
just
just
be
win
like,
it.
there's a door in the way. I'm just like, I use my new mind powers wreckage and I make a hole. Boom. You ain't got nothing on me.
You win the game.
I am the game. I am Numenera. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Or should I say, goodbye? Because, as it turns out, yeah, wreckage. Why don't you explain?
We've done some stuff, and we've had a time, and I've been gone pooping more than we've been playing the game. So now is the time to be like, let's save the rest of the sun mystery for next week. And
So, you know, I'm pretty sure that's the first time anyone has ever said that sentence. The mystery of the sun.
let's save the sun mystery for next week. I don't know. Maybe like Galileo was like,
What is
Ever
that
think
thing
about
in
the
the
mystery
sky?
of the
Why
sun?
does it feed me energy?
Has anybody noticed this before?
Notice what?
Has anybody
What the
ever,
fuck?
like-
What's that thing?
has anybody ever like really just stopped to think about it?
Why do my
Like, I
retinas
mean-
burn when I look at this thing in the sky?
It's there, right? But like,
yeah.
what is it?
So
And
I guess I mean we're just gonna end it there. We're gonna do some shout outs. So let's start off with Edie McPean. How you doing? Because I realized you brought back this big dish and like, I'm gonna eat this while we play the game, and now the game's ending. So,
Listen, I don't stop eating. I'm sorry, I don't. I just like I really don't. It's a problem of mine that I need to work on because I don't stop eating.
And she's tiny now, but if she doesn't figure it out soon,
if she stops
she's gonna-
eating, she will be even tinier. So
she'll be.
continue.
One of
to
these
eat
days,
the
Pian's
same.
metabolism is gonna flip a switch, and she's gonna turn into a blueberry. She's gonna be like Violet from Willy Wonka. And the
I'm gonna
chocolate factory.
cry a lot, but I'm gonna accept it and accept the fact that I like food more than
Crying the
I-
lubrication
my body.
of the meat going down your gullet. Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Pian. If you want to find more of me, you can find me on Tuesdays at twitch.tv/Swagula for some Uncharted Worlds. You can find me at twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus on Wednesdays for some Open Legend Longfall. On Thursdays, you can find me here. And then on Saturdays, you can find me back at twitch.tv/Tuxtradamus for some Blades in the Dark.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking about Tuxtradamus, so let's talk about you. I want to know about how your games are going because we haven't talked about that, and I think I see you more than I see anyone else now in Die Party. I think you and me have like, what do we have? 2 games together, 3 games together. Yeah, I think
Yep,
I see
3
you
now.
the most. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So,
And don't forget your dinner date.
Yeah, things are going pretty well. As PN said, we have Wednesdays and Saturdays. Longfall, which is like a weird magic flying city thing where we're
how many
cops. It's really
episodes have you
cool.
done of that?
8 now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we just did our eighth yesterday. Then we have Blades on Saturday. We've done 18 of those, 17 of those. That one's going to be coming to a close fairly soonish.
Yeah, I was about to say, holy fuck, you
Um,
got 18 episodes out of a Blades in the Dark game. You
Mhm.
must be like going hella slow.
Kind of. We've been going wide and not tall. Like we're not just
Yeah.
being like, let's just go after this huge target that we're never going to be able to take down. Like we're actually like,
But we
let's
did
be
it.
careful, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been doing a bunch of stuff, and then we do a bunch of like character stuff too. So but it is actually coming to a close fairly soon, and then we're gonna do something else.
Right.
Yeah, that's for now. That's all we got going. Yeah, then you can find me back here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and now Mondays for our vampire game, which
Hell
was
yeah.
we had a really good first episode.
Yeah, a lot of
that
people,
was-
a lot of people are really enjoying that so far.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, just as long as we're on that subject, and it's three of us anyway, the four of us actually, the pre-alpha of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition has just been released to be tested on the internet, which is to say, the first episode of Vampire, while great in its story and narrative and pacing and all of that, was, as we said, plagued by the inability to read that book or comprehend the rules of Old World of Darkness. So we're gonna see what we can do to maybe get on that train as soon as possible. Maybe get Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition as soon as possible, and test that out for ourselves, because it sounds like it's doing a lot of cool stuff. I'll talk more about what I know about it already on Monday when we do Vampire the Masquerade. But
Cool.
it makes some interesting changes.
Very cool.
All right. Well, what else you got going on, Tuxie?
That's about it for now. Yeah, find me it's /Tuxtradamus at all the places. Yep, those games, my 3 here, and yeah, that's it for me. Thanks for
Nice.
watching.
Speaking about watching beards grow, let's talk to Mr. Doc Gast, who's probably watched his beard grow all of his adult life. How you doing, sir?
And some of my childhood life as well.
Mhm.
Started early.
Yeah, nice.
I'm sure you came out of the womb with facial hair.
A little bit of fuzz, yeah. That was a little there.
Gross.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've been playing a bunch of Fallout New Vegas because that's the best one.
It is the best one.
Good. Yeah, I've been playing the Dust mod because I hate myself.
What's that do?
It's a total conversion by a dude who felt like New Vegas wasn't hostile enough.
God.
Basically, it just literally replaces all of the like NCR with hostile cannibals, and everything's out to fuck you. It's okay. So it's set 20 years after the actual New Vegas game, and basically the courier chose all of the bad endings. So nukes went
Fuck
off,
yeah.
the dust escaped, there's robots everywhere, everything's fucked.
That's awesome.
It's
Pretty
great.
cool.
It's horrible. I
My
love it.
opinion of Fallout New Vegas is that it's definitely the best story of the Fallout games, but it's really hard to play because of the monotone brown just everywhere. Like it just wears on.
I mean,
when
have you
play
played
that game.
Fallout before? I mean, like...
It is all yellow, orange, everything, everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go.
There
Even like
is-
in the mountains where there's supposed to be snow, underneath the snow is sand.
There is a mod that makes Fallout New Vegas like black and white noir, and
That would be pretty cool.
that is like
has
the
more
key-
color than.
It feels like it has more color than Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk to our final player for the evening, Mr. Brian, aka Sputnik. Sputnik, spoot all over us. Tell us what's up.
Yo, here comes a spoot. Look out.
Here comes
your-
the spoot.
Put on your face mask.
Is
Get
that,
it
Um,
is that your new
uh,
catchphrase?
yeah, that's it. Put on your face mask, everybody. Visors down.
It's time to spoot.
No, yeah. So I honestly I haven't been streaming much. I've been super busy with real life stuff, but I will be getting back into this. I have a YouTube channel where I archive all of my live streams, and I also have quite a few walkthroughs, playthroughs on that. And I also have a podcast that I do with my dad called Motion Sickness the Show, where he tries to teach me about law.
I like that you say tries, as in like.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a try because I don't understand.
What does your dad think of Better Call Saul or something like that?
Oh, he loves that shit.
Yeah?
He thinks it's great. He thinks it's hilarious.
Okay.
But yeah, you can find the podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. Just search Motion Sickness Show, and it should pop right up.
All right, cool. And finally, we have our GM for the session, Mr. Dr. Wreckage. What up, sir?
What up is my butt won't shut up.
That's a good rhyme.
It was an attempt. I am sick, and please join us for Masquerade on Monday. Hopefully I am better by then. If I'm not, I'll probably go to the hospital. So yeah, have a good evening, everybody.
All right. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already done so, consider following the channel because we do a lot of tabletop role-playing games here on the channel. 6 a week, in fact, and probably starting more pretty soon because I'm a full-time streamer and I have no excuse not to. What's going on? Tonight we have the very first play episode of the 2nd season of Die Party Gambit, which is our Star Wars Force and Destiny game. Yo, you like Jedis? I got 4 of those bitches. We're gonna make them do Jedi things, and it's gonna be fun. So come check that out. That's at 9 a.m. PST tonight or today. Sorry, I'm in Poland, so shit gets fucking weird for me. But I like to talk in American time zones because that's probably where all of you are from. But yeah, if you want more information about that, check out the schedule for the actual times, and you'd be able to convert it or something. I don't know. In terms of what else is going on, we will have always Whiskers and Whiskey on Sunday. No Omen this week though, so that's the game that we're missing out on. And this weekend we're going to have the very first trial run of Die Party Replay, which is where we play classic episodes of Die Party on our Twitch channel. As vodcasts rather than actual streaming. So if you want to come and see some of the more classic episodes, this weekend we're going to do Fulcrum. So we're going to start from the very first episode of Fulcrum and go from there. And Fulcrum
it's such an exciting idea. I'm very excited to hear Dave's every few weeks be like, and now we're starting to replay Sin Eaters. Like that would just be.
Yeah, it's so the eventuality is that I have to upload all these episodes to Twitch, which is a process. So they're like each episode of Die Party on YouTube is like 10 gigabytes big because it's like literally 4 hours of content in 1080p. So it's pretty fucking rough. Especially on Polish internet, so I have to struggle to do it. Ideally, what's probably going to happen in the future is Die Party Replay is going to be like, all right, so we'll start off with the 7 episodes or the 6 episodes that we had from the week or how many we had, and then we'll go into the classic stuff after that. So this week we're just going to start off with this week's episodes, which so far has been 2. Because we didn't have Void Barons, and we're also going to have Gambit, and then that's it. So we're going to have 3 episodes that will go up, and then we'll start off with Fulcrum. So that's pretty much going to be the plan, and hopefully we'll have enough content up to run for 24 hours. If not, it's probably I'm aiming to go right up until Whiskers and Whiskey. Right, that's the plan. Start at Gambit, go all the way to Whiskers and Whiskey, which is like close to like 32 hours. Something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be good. That's the latest plan, at least anyway. Because there's a lot of stuff that people here haven't seen, and I wanna start, promoting the older content that we have. So that's the plan, at least. And yeah, I don't know what we're doing with talking shit. I don't know if we're gonna keep doing that. We'll see. It's, it is what it is. But yeah, check that shit out, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.